say more about the paranoia. So, regarding paranoia, the way that I'm coping with the paranoia is through telling myself that since the paranoia first became aggressive as to do um, with intimate contact, that um, I tell myself that probably the cannibalism references are only like very aggressive, repressed, uh, carnal, carnal desires, to do with the fluids that invade our thought patterns from our reproductive organs. So ultimately, that's the way that I treat the schizophrenia. How I'm able to, in a way, I surrender every day, mostly every day of my life, except a few times that I was awake. When I was a teenager, I was never awake 24 hours before. Like that was real, like a very unreal experience for me. That's why I became interested in being a neuroscientist, because the people around me, the, I guess, mob mentality that was there influencing me while I was unconscious. They said that I was doing yoga and I was dancing a specific way, and there might have been some singing at some point too, I guess. So there were activities, like recognizable activities, like possible, like aerobic combinations, and so I was really curious at like how my unconscious brain can operate my ambulant body to do behavior that is socially acceptable, that is socially admirable. Well, I have no recollection in the fact afterwards. And so, yeah, it's really amazing. And so, because I didn't die from those overdosing, I became really inquisitive about the way that what thoughts make our bodies do what, because I had no preconceived thought about the yoga, nor the singing, nor the aerobics. They simply happened to me, with me. And so nowadays, about the paranoia is like I'm the center of the mob mentality, but around the mob mentality, there is a greater mob of the more people on earth, because if statistics are true, there are only 24 million have participated, maybe intermittently or at some point in their lives since 2012, in in thinking that way in silence, or in breaking the silence in that spiritistic way. So they're a minority among the great population that Mother Earth sustains. Mother Earth sustains up to 9 billion. Constantly, there's a new birth, constantly a new death. And we, the majority of us, I guess, surrender to sleep and to trust. We live in a world of love where we are, you know, serene enough always to sleep every day without worry. Um, except that, like I tell myself, I don't know if somebody wants to, like I already said in the other video. And so I went off for a walk earlier, a brisk walk, spontaneous, and that was voluntary. You know, that was fully voluntary, brisk walking off to cope with my frustration at the way that the sounds are so monitored. You know, here with um my guardianship being the way that it has been, and so I just stormed off complaining about the way that so many other individuals have chosen to cope with their disease. You know, we all have options, choices, and like what to do when when we're off balance, when something's wrong with us, either physically or mentally. And I just wanted to follow up in saying that for the paranoia, besides the friend line, also like correlating the it's like very aggressive solicitation, perhaps on their part, when other males have scared me about them. And either way, this very like a very SOS situation where I still believe it would be best to live somewhere else. Me with my son live somewhere else, or with somewhere else. There's a moving vehicle near, and I don't know. I'm studying my thoughts, and I made a speech on my other only recording, not video, where I'm speaking about daydreaming and the difference between a unconscious dream, a daydreaming, a fantasy. So yeah,